USA Today just published another hit piece disguised as thoughtful commentary. The threat to US isn't from Islam, it's Christian nationalism. Penned by Jenan Mohajir and Todd Green of Interfaith America, the piece claims that Christian nationalism is some authoritarian plot to save America by rejecting pluralism. It comes as no surprise that Jenan Mohajir, who proudly wears a hijab and has said in the past and declared that Islam inspires her as a woman, is perfectly comfortable attacking Christianity. In the worldview that inspires her, criticizing Christianity is not only allowed, it's encouraged. Yet the very faith she credits for her strength would, in many Islamic nations, punish her for even questioning the hijab, let alone converting or speaking freely. That selective outrage tells you everything. It also comes as no surprise that the left-wing media outlets like USA Today are leading the charge with this anti-Christian rhetoric. For years, they've treated any public expression of Christian faith, from school prayers to nativity scenes, as a threat to democracy, while bending over backwards to excuse or even ignore far worse abuses committed in the name of Islam. They dress it up as opposition to Christian nationalism, but let's be honest, this is plain old anti-Christianity. The same crowd that cheers diversity when it means tearing down crosses or mocking the Bible suddenly goes silent when churches are vandalized or Christmas is scrubbed completely from public square. This is not pluralism. It's about erasing the Judeo-Christian foundation that built the freest, most prosperous nation in history. Here's a simple challenge for Ms. Mohajir, Todd Green, USA Today, and every other activist who nods along. Name one major Islamic country where women enjoy the same rights, freedoms, and legal protection they have in the United States. Not improving, not better than it used to be, actual full equality characterized by dress as they choose, drive without permission, inherent equality, divorce without penalty, run for office without fear of blasphemy charges, and live without the threat of honor-based violence or Sharia courts. Go ahead, we'll wait. You won't find it. Because in nation after nation governed by Islamic law or dominated by Islamic ideology, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Yemen, Somalia, in all these countries, women remain second-class citizens by design. The same ideology that Mohajir says inspires her is the one that stones women for adultery, forces child brides, and treats female testimony as worth half a man's in court. Yet the left's media megaphone never calls that authoritarian or threats to pluralism. They are too busy hunting Christian bakers and high school football coaches who pray in public. And let's talk about how the media is complicit in Islam's growing foothold in the United States. They flood the airwaves with stories about Islamophobia the moment anyone questions open borders or demands assimilation, while completely burying and downplaying the establishment of parallel Sharia arbitration systems in American cities that treat women unequally, honor killings and female genital mutilation cases that occur on US soil, mosques and organizations with documented ties to the Muslim Brotherhood or Hamas that operate freely while Christian groups face IRS scrutiny. The demographic reality of mass migration from countries with abysmal records on religious liberty, women's rights, and gays' rights, coupled with a refusal to require newcomers to embrace American values. Every time a Christian school or adoption agency is sued for leaving its faith, the media cheers. Every time a politician proposes vetting immigrants for compatibility with Western liberty, the same media screams bigotry. That's not journalism, that's ideological warfare, and it's paving the way for the very authoritarianism they pretend to fear from Christians. America's strength has never come from pretending all belief systems are identical. It came from a culture rooted in individual liberty, limited government, and the idea that rights come from God, not the state. Christian nationalism isn't the threat. The threat is a media political complex that attacks the majority faith that built this country, while giving a free pass to ideology that has never produced a single society where women, Christians, Jews, atheists, and even gays enjoy true equality. If Ms. Mohajir and USA Today truly cared about pluralism and women's rights, they would spend less time demonizing American Christians and more time confronting the actual documented oppression happening under the banner of the faith they defend. Until then, their interfaith concern is just anti-Christian activism with a hijab and a byline.